Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for giving me voice. Today, I'll be talking about article published in recent number of Biosource Technology in cooperation with Professor Munoz from University of Spanish University of Toledo, and is titled "The Biohydrogen Production by Lactic Ferret-Driven Dark Fermentation of Real Organic Waste Derived from Solid Waste Treatment Plant." And this work is telling about how hydrogen waste mixed cultures with lactic producer can enhance production of bacteria, leading to 6 pH 7 and 6, 5, and 5. And this showed as the higher is better, what is high, what is low, and using organic fuel, organic municipal solid waste from solid solid waste, and this is yield. The study evaluated the hydrogen production through lactate-driven dark fermentation of solid waste with how much is will be produced hydrogen. According to European Commission, renewable hydrogen can be defined as the hydrogen produced by electrolysis of water, reforming of biogas, biogas or biochemical conversion of biomass, and transportation applications. In the context of dark fermentation, represented the alternative biological route with production of hydrogen. This is independent of light and wind processes such as pyrolysis, hydrolysis, and environment, if this should. This may include anaerobic digestion of biogas and fertilizer production, aerobic fermentation for bioplastic production, synthetic bioprocesses for production of high-value compounds, such as pigments and industrial chain building. In recent years, several studies reported in the literature have shown that the lactate-driven dark fermentation process is an alternative fermentation pathway to produce green hydrogen from biomass. Some feedstocks that support process liquid dark fermentation are fruit vegetable waste. Sugarcane, the liquid lactic direction pathway can cope with colonization. It is done usually by thermophilic, which requires some much more heat, but higher conversion. The materials were digested, subjecting in 94 degrees for 20 minutes, inoculum. Digested, and was used to use the starting as cheese whey. Due to this, that is also waste, so this copperate and lactic acid content as is the efficient conversion of lactose to lactase fermentation. The operating conditions are 37 degrees, pH 6.4 to 5, and agitation speed 200 liters per minute. The pyrolysis was 0.1 and fermenter was batch mode 2.1 with 1 linear working volume at 73 and 37 degrees Celsius. and the growth was installed with nutrient salts of chloride, salt calcium, iron chloride, phosphate. So the salts that are in cheese waste and cheese waste. So this is the case as using as preservatives, and this is what we can make does look like waste of the dairy production. Fuel waste whether it praise from Waverly Municipal Power Plant Solid Disposal Center, and this was removed by a smooth consistency blender of waste. Salted pipe was stored in -20. Then was tested this in 4 degrees. The setup was jack fermenters operated in parallel. Thermostatic bath was used to heat the fermenter. All the fermentation tests were volatile, typically used following action. The solution investigated by pH. The hydrogen production used by and analysis was performed for error, and lactic acetate, butyric isobutyric were checked. The Kieta method was and phenolsulfuric method for use of nitrogen and gas chromatograph. The only small amounts of hydrogen were produced when evaluating the hydrogen production potential. Similarly, hydrogen production from the raw material mixed sewage sludge was completely inhibited, and only for 50 nanometers was recorded from the sterilized mixed sludge. The hydrogen content peaked at 30 to 2% degrees with mixed sludge, sewage sludge, leachate respectively. Thus, for different stock tested, was found to be suitable for hydrogen production under the corresponding condition applied. The low hydrogen production observed from the pretreated mixed sludge was in part attributed to its low carbohydrate content and low spironolity. Indeed, from a technical point of view, it is challenging to sludge its low carbon-nitrogen ratio, estimated at 29 based on the ratio of cod to take it to tier nitrogen content. The lack of hydrogen production was going to the end of the test and new material. There is overall hydrogen yields well with the value reported and was range 13 to 18 nanometers liters per gram waste, which is slightly higher in maximum value that reported. So this lactic acid was 6%, 20% usually than usual rate. The lactic acid was 0.9 and 1.9, which is much higher. This research was fixed from 5%, ranging to 5 to 5. The highest period was at 6.5, reaching 1.4 liters per liter, while the others in 5 pH just 5 times low. So pH 6.5 was very good, and twice and similar 6 and 5.5 were similar yield, while the 6.5 gives 6 times 1,400. So much higher lactic was 6.5, which is unusual because while most of waste performed on that fermentation pH 6, so here we see that not so low pH is needed in case lactic direction. So it's good because you don't need to use so much acid and no kerosene material. So this is the effect was used, and we see conclusion that lactic acid is performing even in mesophilic in fuel or mixed sewage waste. It's very good substrate and can be used. So thank you very much for listening.